And this episode is focused on small businesses, solopreneurs, and people who want to build a personal brand. Because I want to tell you 3 reasons why you need to show your face online. So I want to share 3 reasons why it's not enough to just put out written form content that shows maybe your product, maybe it shows your customers, but no, I'm talking why it's important and essential to show your face in front of the camera, whether this is in Instagram stories, in reels, long form, short form videos, or in feed static image posts. Reason number 1 why you need to show your face online is because it humanizes your brand. When people see the person behind the brand, it forms a connection and it makes the person who sees the post and who learns more about the brand more relatable to that brand. When people can see the person that's behind the brand, it can make the brand feel more relatable and personal. This can create a sense of connection and familiarity, which then helps to build loyalty and trust. Showing your face online, showing your face on camera or on in-feed post, on your Instagram story, especially as a small business or someone who wants to build a personal brand, can really be a big differentiator because people form a sense of connection with you. If they see you online, they know exactly who you are. So especially if you want to build a personal brand, if you're a small business owner or an entrepreneur, you have to show your face to build that connection, build that familiarity, and to build that connection with your audience so trust and loyalty can follow. If you see the owner of the brand or representative who manages the social media accounts, it can really help to form a stronger connection between the audience and the brand. And the reason why a stronger connection is formed, because you can see someone's facial expressions. You can see whether someone is authentic or not. And being genuine goes a very long way online. Creating an authentic connection can help to bridge the gap between a brand and a friend you can trust. When a brand can humanize itself, it will appear less intimidating and customers have an easier time to approach the brand. And that then will result in more engagement and in eventually more sales. Showing your face online, it can be a powerful way to build a connection between your audience and your brand. Reason number 2, trust. And I mentioned it before, but trust is really important. And when you talk directly to the camera, when someone sees your face or when you post in-feed posts that shows your face, it can really demonstrate that you're a real person and not just a faceless entity behind a website or a social media account that is trying to scam people. When people can see your face expressions and the way you talk in a video or in a live stream, it can help them to connect better with you because they can sense your emotions, they can sense where you're coming from. Especially when you talk directly to a camera and you have a certain expression in your face, it can really help to build and to strengthen the bond between your audience and your brand, because it helps your audience to understand the message better that you're trying to convey. It's going to form a sense of connection and your audience is able to better understand your intentions. By consistently showing your face and expressing your personality, you are able to build a strong, recognizable brand, which then can help you to stand out in the crowded online space. Last but not least, reason number 3, people want to know who they're buying from. Many people want to know who they're buying from, especially online. And it's even more important to show your face if you're a new brand or if you're a smaller brand. Because if no one knows you and you're just a faceless entity, it is much harder to get people to purchase something from you, because there's always that thought back in their mind, back in the head, that you're eventually going to scam them. Seeing a face can definitely create a sense of familiarity and a stronger connection. People will feel more comfortable purchasing from you, especially if you're selling online courses or you are a business coach. People want to know, how does this person talk online? How does this person express themselves? So that's why it's super important to show your face and to show up online. And again, it all goes back to trust. If you see a person, if you see a face behind the brand, you definitely feel more trustworthy, you trust the brand more, hence you are more likely to purchase something. Additionally, people feel more inclined to purchase something from a smaller brand if they know who's behind the brand. And now you might ask yourself, but why do big brands, why do big corporations don't show any faces online? There might be several factors why bigger brands or large corporations decide not to show faces online. One reason is that the brand wants to be the focus and not a single representative. So they don't want to make the connection that if you see that person, you associate that person with a brand. Whereas if you're a personal brand or you are a solopreneur, you're a small business owner, you want that people make the connection between your face and your brand. You want to be associated with your brand whenever someone sees you online or on the streets or on a conference. So bigger brands, larger corporations, they typically just want to highlight the brand, and all the marketing collateral will be about the brand and not single individuals. Additionally, bigger brands might also not show faces because they want to protect the privacy from the individual workers, especially if they're a multi-million, multinational type of corporation. But if you're running a large corporation, I highly doubt that you're watching this video. So that's the reason why I want to appeal to you, small business owners, people who want to build a personal brand, solopreneurs, that it's so important to show up online. You want that people build trust. You want that people associate your face with your brand. And you want to build a really friendly, less serious, less formal connection with your audience. Again, if people know who is behind the brand, people have a way easier time, users have a much easier time to connect with you, to purchase your product, or to get in touch with you. Because in the end, showing your face all goes back to the same idea that you want to build trust with your audience. So I hope that now you go out there and start showing your face more online to humanize your brand, to build trust, and to tell people who is behind the brand that they're purchasing from. And that also led us yet again to another episode of the Content Marketing Cheat Sheet podcast. I'm so glad you tuned in today, and I cannot wait to see you next week. Until then, goodbye, or how we say in Germany, auf Wiedersehen.